Hello, I'm Simon Whistler, you're watching TopTenzNet, and in the video today we're looking at the top 10 world records made possible by tragedy and disaster. From the blatantly bizarre and degenerate to the awe-inspiring, some of us go to extremes in our quest to break world records. Unfortunately, not all records are of the variety that we aspire to. The individuals on this list are all holders of tragic and sordid records that can only be gained through deplorable bad luck, foolhardiness, or simply by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Number 10. Longest survival with an external heart. Christopher Wall was born in 1975 with a very rare birth defect called ectopia cordis, which causes the fetus's heart to form outside of the chest cavity while in utero. This condition has a very high fatality rate, with most patients not living longer than 48 hours. After his birth, doctors couldn't position his heart back inside his chest cavity, so they stretched his skin to cover it instead. During the next few months, Christopher surprised everyone with his will to stay alive. During the first 15 months of his life, he underwent 15 surgeries to insert his heart back into his chest. Against all odds, the surgeries were a success, making him the longest surviving victim of his condition. Number 9. Surviving the fastest car crash in history. Donald Campbell was a career record breaker and adrenaline junkie. He broke 8 world records for speed on water as well as on land. In September 1960, he was in his legendary car Bluebird trying to set a new land speed record. During this epic event, while traveling at 360 miles per hour, he lost control of the car, which he flipped over and crashed. Luckily, because he was securely strapped into the cockpit, his injuries consisted only of cuts, bruises, and a hairline skull fracture that was described as not serious. He was able to return home after only 2 weeks in the hospital. Number 8. Living the longest with a bullet in the head. William Lawless Pace was only 8 years old in 1917 when his brother accidentally shot him in the head with their father's .22. The injury left him blind in one eye and deaf in one ear. According to his son, doctors never wanted to operate, fearing that he wouldn't survive the surgery. Carrying the bullet in his skull for 94 years, William still led a very normal life. He played sports at school, married, and had children. After he retired, he even traveled the world. People who sustain these types of head trauma normally get life-threatening seizures or post-traumatic epilepsy during later life, but William was lucky enough to escape them. Number 7. Most burns suffered by a survivor. Tony Yariyanian, an Armenian immigrant, owned several businesses in Los Angeles. Arriving at his tanning salon to do some cleaning one Sunday morning in February of 2004, he didn't realize the liquid he saw everywhere came from a gas leak. Switching on a dryer, he triggered a massive explosion which left over 90% of his body covered in third-degree burns. He also sustained damage to his lungs due to smoke inhalation, and his chance for survival was next to none. Tony was in a coma for several months, during which time he had several blood transfusions and surgeries, but he ultimately survived. Number 6. Longest time spent in a coma. Edward O'Bara was a diabetic teenager who fell deathly ill in 1970. She slipped into a diabetic coma and never woke up. Her mother and sister stayed by her side, caring for her as best they could. Edwarda even became a celebrity, as thousands would flock to her door every year to bring gifts and pay their respects to this long-lasting coma survivor. Many believed that she had holy powers, thanks to some claims that cancer patients would walk in, see her, and suddenly be cancer-free. However, that tale of survival ended on November the 21st, 2012, when Edwarda passed away at age 59, 42 years after she lost consciousness. It is the longest time anybody has ever spent in a coma. Number 5. Owner of the world's longest tapeworm. People normally pick up tapeworm eggs when they eat or drink contaminated food or water. They also flourish in sand or soil and can easily be ingested if a person forgets to wash their hands after a gardening session. Tapeworms usually grow up to 15 feet in length, although they can fill the whole intestine if they aren't discovered early. That's pretty much what happened on September 5th, 1991, when a 37-foot-long tapeworm was removed from the unfortunate gut of one Sally Mae Wallace. The tapeworm was removed through her mouth while she was awake in what witnesses describe as the most disgusting magic act in history. Number 4. Longest time spent without food. Taking a road less traveled, James Scott took the Gosankund route while trekking in the Nepalese Himalayas in December of 1991. Getting trapped by snow and severe cold weather, James got completely lost. He had no lighter and no food except for 2 chocolate bars, 1 extra pair of pants, socks, and a sleeping bag. For 43 days, he survived on nothing but snowballs and 1 caterpillar. His survival defies all explanation, but it has been credited to him being fit, young, mentally disciplined, and a senior year med student who knew how to properly manage his physiological needs until his nightmare finally ended. Number 3. Most heart attacks suffered. In December of 2005, a non-smoker and teetotaler suffered 32 heart attacks in 20 minutes. Leslie Hackwell woke up early that morning with a sharp pain in his chest. He had 2 heart attacks but was stabilized after doctors defibrillated him. After he was given an anti-clotting drug, the heart attacks really began. Leslie had to be resuscitated after every attack, so much so that he suffered burn wounds to his chest. His doctors explained that the anti-clotting drug had caused an artery to open and close, causing his heart to beat out of rhythm. It took him several months to recover. Number 2. Heaviest kidney stone. It has been said that the only pain that compares to childbirth is a kidney stone obstruction. Both men and women suffer from kidney stones, but men make up 80% of the patients that doctors see every year. Formed by the kidneys from various minerals in the urine, they most commonly resemble crystals, but can also look like small pebbles or baseballs, which was the case with the heaviest kidney stone ever removed. It belonged to a man named Wazir Muhammad of Pakistan. The rock removed from his body measured 9.2 inches and weighed in at 21.87 ounces. Number 1. First full face transplant. On March 20th, 2010, the world's first full face transplant was performed at the Vall d'Hebron Hospital in Barcelona. The young man, whose identity was kept a secret at first, lost his face 5 years prior in a shooting accident. The 24-long-hour operation took 2 years to plan and was performed by a team of 30 Spanish doctors. After his several-month hospital stay, his first name was made public, and Oscar appeared at a few press conferences to show off his new face, complete with new jaws, cheeks, muscles, teeth, skin, and nose. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below, and don't forget to subscribe for brand new videos just like this every day of the week. Also over there on the right, some other videos that you might find interesting. And as always, thank you for watching.